Aloha, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from the North Shore of Oahu. I'm at Waimea Bay on a perfectly overcast day, November 26, 2016, 7:41 in the morning. So here's the thing, I get this telemarketing call and it's from a hotel that I've stayed at, and they want to sell me some timeshares, which, you know, I got to tell you something. If you're not listening in on telemarketing calls and, you know, a couple weeks ago, political calls, you are missing out. So I'm going to give you this example. Guy calls me and says, hey, I'm from this hotel and I want to, you know, see if you're interested in coming to stay at our hotel at a discounted rate in order to listen to a timeshare message. This isn't exactly how they said it. I'm giving you the condensed version. And so, I listened. I wanted to see what his process was. But then, you know, me as a sales trainer, I throw out a couple of objections because I want to see, because I got to tell you, you know, big companies like this are super scripted and they got some pretty cool stuff out there. So I give him some objections and I want to see what he's going to say. And he doesn't really overcome them good. But let's just say that his energy is like, boom, pumped and through the roof. And then all of a sudden I give him the objection and he's like, all right. Like I could tell on the phone, this guy was defeated. He had given up on me. Right? And which for me, as a sales trainer, I'm like, I don't want to listen to this message anymore. He gave up on me. So I want to give you this super secret sales tip number 9,581. If you are going through a sales process, you just have to know that there's a natural pattern of resistance from the buyer, that they're going to tell you no, that they're not interested. And some of it is true, right? Some of it is true, but it's your job. Just like it's my job to make my information important, it's your job to make your information important. If that buyer, for whatever reason, feels like that you've given up, chances are really good. Chances are really good that you're gonna have a tough time getting them on board and buying from you, right? Your confidence, like my confidence, just exudes onto them and is like a reflection in a mirror. Now, I'm gonna let you know this is not always the case, but a lot of the times that it is. And if you give up on a buyer, they're gonna give up on you, okay? So, I gotta let you know, this same organization called me last week and asked if I wanted to move forward, and I put this young salesperson through the ringer, and I said yes, because I wanted to see what they were gonna do. So whoever did their scripting did an amazing job. So there's two things in this video. One, your confidence level really determines what's gonna happen with the buyer. If they're throwing out some objections and you give up on that call really easily, this is a huge form of sales sabotage. It is a huge form. I'm gonna let you know, if you're doing it, it's costing you plenty of money. The international sign for money is this, right? It's costing you a ton of that. It's costing like this, right? Could be a pound, could be an American dollar, could be anything. So here's what you have to know. If you give up on a buyer, they will give up on you, okay? Second, if you're not listening in on telemarketing calls and taking some notes, as these guys are talking to me, I've got a notepad and I'm writing down some of the questions and I'm writing arrows and showing pictures. I got the notepad. I will take a picture before I edit this up and I'll show you what I did, okay? And I actually broke down this call as much as I could to say, how can I take this information and how can I use it? Everywhere that you go that you're given a sales message, there's something you could take from it that's good, there's something you could take from it that's bad. I do everything I can to look for three things. 3 things good, 3 things bad. Not just because I like to shoot a video from it, but because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm looking for what I can be better at, and there's probably something out there that I don't know. There is, that's not even probably. There's a lot of stuff out there that I don't know. And I'm more than willing to take the time to learn. So instead of the next time that a telemarketer calls you and you're like, I don't want to talk to you, click hang up, talk to that person. They could tell you something that's not in your industry or ask you a question like, oh, I never really thought about asking that question. This is what copywriters do well. They call it a swipe, right? They take somebody's good idea. I was looking online last night and somebody had a good idea for a book headline, and this guy gets online, Colin Therio, and he gets online and he's like, this is how you could use this to write a headline. And everybody's like, oh, that's brilliant. This is your job. This is your job. You watch, you listen, you hear a sales presentation. Your job is to take notes and use it as a swipe file, okay? So that's the second thing. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you gotta do, you gotta subscribe. And then last of all, there's one more thing. You can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.